Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our human resource management classes, and the topic the change management. Organizational change and development is the topic today. We already discussed different theories in the last class. So today we are going to discuss one of the important theory which is developed by Lewin, and that used to be known as the Lewin organizational change theory. This theory consists three factors or three stages which are the unfreezing, change, then refreezing of the situation. So Lewin developed this theory to make changes in an organization and why change is required in an organization. As we already know that change is the only permanent thing in the world which used to be occur every time, and change is inevitable. We can't stop the change in the environment, and organizations when it used to go, it have to pass different stages in the activity program. In this case, we can see that there are different factors which used to impact an organization, and that force the organizations to go through the changes procedure. These change procedures impact the organizations in the overall productivity and development process. So the organizations every time to be careful about this part, that how to come up with this change. So in this case, we know that Lewin developed the theory, the change theory, which is used to be followed by different organizations at different time. Let's start our theory today. Here we are going to discuss about this theory with some of the factors. That is, in this force field analysis, we see different driving forces are there which always force or push the environment in a direction that causes change to occur. They cause a shift in the equilibrium towards change. There are different factors which affect mostly the external factors, the technological changes, the economic changes, the labor market changes, the consumer preferences and customer preference changes used to impact the overall organizations. So there are, at the same time, we can see force field analysis, there are restraining forces are also there which used to impact the organizations at the same time. These restraining forces are the forces that counter the driving forces. They oppose to change in that organizations. The restraining forces sometimes cause a shift in the equilibrium which oppose changes. These restraining forces are the demotivations. They are maybe not interested in the work life. They are not maybe motivated towards the growth in the organization part or their individual life. By these restraining forces and the driving forces, and organizations have to come to an equilibrium point. Then that equilibrium point is a state where being the driving forces equal to the restraining forces, and then no changes occurs. As we already discussed that there are some forces which used to work as a driving forces, that is the motivations, the incentives, the attitude of the workers or the employees, their dream towards their life, their achievement, their growth. All these things are motivating forces and the driving forces, and at the same time the maybe working culture, their demotivations, they are demotivated from the life or they are demotivated from the growth. These are the restraining forces, and by accepting both the forces we have to come to a point, and that used to be known as the equilibrium point. Equilibrium can be raised by lowered by changes that occur between the driving and the restraining forces. This change theory have three stages. The first is known as the unfreezing. The second, moving to a new level or the changing, and the third is refreezing of these changes. So what is unfreezing? The students, this starts the challenging many of the beliefs, attitudes and the behaviors of people within the organizations. Motivations for change should be generated before change can occur. During this, everyone feels that they are becoming off balance as new system will make their job difficult. We need to sell the benefits of the change to everyone involved, that is benefits of replacing typewriters with computers. So unfreezing is the changes situations where we can see we have to educate the employees, we have to provide training to the employees, we have to inform the employees what to do, why to do, where we will move and how to do. Then when we will go through this part, we will see that how to pass this message to the employees or to the organization's workers. That is the consultations part or the training and development part will come at these points. Now the organizations have to plan accordingly to make this unfreezing part, that is to make changes on these parts, that by providing the training to the workers or to the employees, so that they will come to a point where they are going to learn more about the changes and why they need to be shift from this present part to the next part. Here we can set an example, that is how the typewriters was replaced by the computers. This unfreezing word at this moment says or provide us the information that as the people was very much familiar with the typewriters and they used to record these all the informations through manual part. So when the computers came in the year of 18th century, then we came to know that how the computer will help the organizations to make some records or to plan accordingly. So the changes when occurred at this time are very much important, that people already was afraid to some of the point that the computer, they don't know about to operate the computer, how to operate the computer, that will consume more time and there may be some fault, then they will need more time. So these are the situations where the organizations have to provide the educations, information, consultations to the employees and plan accordingly, so that they organize a plan and so that organize the activities in such a way so that they can overcome these situations where they will be shift from old version to new version. And this used to be known as the unfreezing part. Now we came for the change part. When the change will come to the organization, that used to be known as the implementations part. How there are some of the activities which is important and that need to be implemented in an organization to make them changes. These are the factors that will come: the praise, the encouragement, recognitions, empathy, coaching, training, leading, managing, help and guidance, regular feedback, providing adequate resources. These are the techniques or these are the theories of change which is very much important that need to be implemented in that organizations. Once we will going to award the best employer in the organizations, or maybe when we are going to praise the employees in an organization, or we may encourage the employee through the monetary or non-monetary benefits, then definitely they will make those changes and they are going to follow their new activities in that organization, and this new activity will help the organization to achieve more productivity and more growth in the coming days. Now once we develop this change theory and we implement this theory, now it's time to refreeze the theories with the employees. Then what is refreezing? That is making it strict. That is, we already discussed about the unfreezing. The unfreezing part was that readiness to change, that the old version. Now how we are going to make changes? Through the key activities, like we already discussed the factors, and now we are going to refreeze the new theories. Here we have to set performance indicator, we have to set, monitor and evaluate performance. The organizations need to establish system to make it happen. We need to establish control to check it happenings, rewards for new activities or the new behaviors, sanctions of new theories or new behaviors. So these are the rephrasing theory which are going to help the organizations to achieve their organizational development and organizational growth in coming days. So this is the theory what we already learned today, we already discussed. This was the one of the important theory developed by Carl Lund, and this mostly used to followed by most of the organizations for their development and achievement in coming days. Thank you, students. If you have any doubts, you can contact me through the email. My email ID is partha_6031@yahoo.co.in. Thank you, students. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.